What is up, guys? What is up? It is Eric here. I'm back on Zero Ink Games here, bringing you our week 1 of the CML. That's the Chill Mat League versus the league that the man that the league is named after. Just gonna switch sides super duper quick. Should have done this beforehand, but okay. Oops. There we go. Okay, we're all set. Yeah. Anyways, so if you haven't checked out the team builder, I suggest you do so. I'm going to do a super quick run over the team, but if you want to know kind of more in-depth stuff and what his team consists of, be sure to check it out down below and other places. But anyways, let's go over what we're just rocking here. We just got Scarf Hoopa, 4 attacks, Sticky Webs, 3 attacks, Rabombi, physically defensive, Vaporeon, Life Orb Jolteon, SD Rockium Z, Virizion, and then Steel Memory, especially defensive, Savali. Matt is bringing a team of Lycanroc Dusk, Mandibuzz, Glycopod, Rhyperior, the Vikavolt, and the Whimsicott. So here, I feel like my best lead was the Savali. If he kind of led, anything I could switch out or Toxic. Like if he reads Rhyperior, I figured, seeing that I'm Steel type, he would most likely click just Stealth Rocks, just assuming that I would switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lead with my Savali here. We'll go normal speed. Let's see how that works for us. So he's going to lead out that Rhyperior. I'm going to lead out the Savali. I was thinking I should Parting Shot, just get a nice switch initiative right into Vaporeon, really scare this thing out and get a nice burn threaten on pretty much everything on his team because it doesn't want to be burned, doesn't want any of that residual damage. Mandibuzz does not want. Mandibuzz gets Roost, but it does not want to take that residual damage because it negates its leftovers, and that could be bad for it. So I go ahead and instead I click the Toxic here, thinking again that he was just going to set up a Stealth Rocks, and I'm perfectly fine with the rocks being here. It's not too bad. It does become cumbersome later, but I click the Toxic. He does click the Earthquake. It almost gives me the KO. I'm going to go ahead here and Parting Shot into the Vaporeon, which I should have done first. He's going to set up his rocks again. Like I said, they're not too bad. They're a little cumbersome. I'm going to throw out another Toxic here because he's definitely going to switch out. And I was hoping he'd actually go Whimsicott, but he does go into the Vikavolt. I don't have much of a switch into Vikavolt because I decided to let my Savali take 9,000 from that Earthquake. Don't mind the rat if you hear him. Hopefully that fan is not super loud either. But so I click Toxic here, knowing that he's got a switch. Grab that Mandibuzz, grab that Glycopod, grab that Whimsicott. Anything kind of Toxic here is really good for the team. Like I said in my team builder, I feel this match is a punt. So what I want to do is get the best possible chance for the lowest differential in the loss that I feel that I'm going to take. So if that means I gotta whittle everything down with Toxic, I'm not gonna try and Toxic stall by any means, but if I can start whittling stuff down with Toxic, that's great. So he goes out into the Vikavolt. I get that Toxic off. I switch. He's gonna Bug Buzz. Nice predict for Jolteon, but I am Quick Feet just in case he burns me with something. I'm gonna go out into Savali and let him sack this thing off here. That's fine. Just let this thing just continually rack up damage. I'm going to go out into the Rabombi here, get up my webs because I felt this is the best time because he's got to attack, and then it forces him again to click Defog at any point. I've sacked it felt like I sacked 80 Mons because Jolteon is at 17 HP right now. So, I can't come in on rocks because I only take 12%, so I live on 5, but I die to Life Orb, so, which is unfortunate. So it's the best time to go into Virizion, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab the KO here. Going to just show off the Aerial Ace. I do take Rocky Helmet damage. He's going to go out into the Whimsicott. I can take a Moonblast, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to go out into Jolteon and let that go down. Goodbye. Here I go out into Hoopa. I do spoop him out, and I predict that he's going to switch here. So I do go for the Thunderbolt. I felt it was the best play. Now here I did want to go for a double, but I didn't. If he wanted to roost, I did want to punish him for staying in. So I didn't. I chose not to double because I wanted to punish in case he did call me on that bluff. But he goes out into this, and like I said, it's not too bad. I can go out into my Vaporeon. Now, I still do take a million from this Earthquake. Actually, I take a Toxic, and then I take a million from this Earthquake. I'm going to go ahead and Wish here. Hopefully, I can get like something else in. He's going to go ahead and, Earthquake. So I'm going to go ahead and just stay in here with my Vaporeon, hoping I can keep this up for later. I'm going to Scald here. I believe I try and Toxic here. Like I said, I didn't know if he was going to stay in or what he would do. Predicting my Protect, possibly, so that way I can get that free HP. I mean, I would assume I outspeed that unless he put a lot of speed in it. But I Scald. I don't get the burn on the Mandibuzz, which is okay. Like, I really want to Toxic it here, so I'm going to try for that here. He does go for the Taunt, which is unfortunate. So now he can Roost, but what I can do is I can come in with my Virizion, and I can set up the Sword Stance here real quick. And I can really scare him out. Now, if he doesn't go Whimsicott, we're okay. And he chooses not to, which is great. So I'm like, at this point, it's GG. He goes into Rhyperior, which was a silly play. I guess he was predicting the Stone Edge. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Leaf Blade here. It is GG at this point. I kill everything that's on his team. I outspeed the Whimsicott, so I will kill with Aerial Ace unless he is super HP invested. I can kill either one of these with my Z Stone Edge, and they can't do anything to me. So, and then if I get like the boost here from the foul play, I can kill the first impression will obviously revenge me, but it's fine. So that goes down. He's gonna go out into the Glycopod. He's gonna go ahead and first impression me. Now, if he was choice banned, that would have KO'd. He did get a super high roll, not the max roll, but it was fairly high. I do land a Stone Edge here, so I Stone Edge this thing back into next week because I don't want to get, I don't want to miss my Stone Edge, and then I look like a goober, and then he picks me off with something else later. So we do land the Stone Edge here on the Mandibuzz, which is super duper helpful. He's going to go ahead and take us out, unfortunately, with the foul play. That does about 50%. Hoopa's going to come in. He's going to grab a kill there for me. He's going to go into the Whimsicott. I'm going to switch out into my Vaporeon, just sack it off here. I believe I try and just throw up a Wish here in case he wants to defog to get rid of these. But he does not, so I'm going to Hyperspace Hole. Does a chunk. He Moonblasts me. I don't get the special attack drop, which is great, but he does able to pick me off with the Cell Rock, which is unfortunate, and we do lose 1-0 in the game, which is very unfortunate. But like I said, I was predicting a much bigger margin of loss here, just because his team just really well countered mine. Like, he had a really good matchup versus me, I felt. So, bringing that down to the wire on that 1-0 was really great. I think where I could have won had I played the beginning how I wanted to, Parting Shot into Vaporeon, then I could have thrown the Toxic again off of something, and then while he comes into that Vikavolt, I'm at a full health Savali, and I can continually Parting Shot, which is really great. And then I could have defogged at some point. So I could have won this, I believe, with all that in mind. I could have defogged these rocks away. Like I said, they became a little cumbersome. They weren't terrible, but they did put a little bit of more pressure on my Virizion than I wanted when I was in the match. And if I was able to live comm, you kind of see that I was like, oh, these rocks they're here. They're not terrible, but they're cumbersome, and they're really annoying for the match, which was unfortunate. But yeah, be sure to go check out Matt's side of the battle. I'll link it down below. And then, yeah, just be sure to check him out, comment, subscribe to him. It does a lot of great content. Let me tell you guys, a lot of funny content. He had he had a really cool like a RU series, or he had Turtonator. It was just really cool. I don't remember what it was called. It was something and a turtle. And it was great. So I suggest you guys go check him out. He's down in the description. And as always, bros, keep gaming.